Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we are going to be doing a palette declutter. Now I'm not going to be going through my entire collection, and I am just going to be holding up the palettes. We're not going to be doing a drop down or anything like that, because technically I don't have any space to like do that with. So we are just going to be holding up the palettes, showing you the palettes. I have a lot of palettes to go through in this declutter, so I don't know, this could take up to an hour or so. I don't know, you saw how long the video is. So we are going, I've got 3 boxes full of palettes, so we're going to go ahead and jump in, and these are the palettes I'm decluttering and why I am decluttering them. So we are starting off with this House Labs. This is the Eye Library. This is the volume 2 one. I just don't use it, and it's just not that great of a palette. So yeah, that is why I am getting rid of that one. I'm getting rid of this What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. It's a nice palette, it's okay. The Multichromes aren't that great in it, not that great in it, and I don't like that the palettes, the palette size is so small. Hold on, let me clean this. Okay, maybe that's a little clearer. The next one is the Bad Side Zodiac Earth Taurus Virgo Capricorn palette from Mel Cosmetics. I got some use out of it, but yeah, I have other palettes in my collection that can give me the same color story. I'm just not loving that one anymore. And these are in no particular order. If I show you a color pop one now, I'm probably going to show you a color pop one later on. So this is the color pop whatever color story. I like reds, I really do, but these colors were not working for me. And I didn't really like the shimmers in this one. And it has a glitter one in it that I'm really not fond of. So I'm getting rid of this ColourPop whatever palette. I've got this Game Beauty Cyberpunk palette. It is still in the box. It always bothered me that it would open like this, but you had to turn it around like this. I'm just not using color storage like this anymore. And the quality on it was just not that great. So we are getting rid of her. I hear Game Beauty is really good though, but that one just wasn't that great. I'm decluttering my Give Beauty one. It is very neutral, but I have lots of neutral color stories. Don't really need that in my collection. I am decluttering a Lethal Cosmetics one. This is the Evergreen palette. Again, not really gravitating toward this color story. It does have some nice greens in it and yellows, but it has those blues in it that really don't mix with it very well. So I'm just not loving that color story. We have a couple of Wicked Widow beauties. This is the Graveyard Smash. I did have a lot of fun with this palette when I had it, but just not reaching for it. So we are decluttering that one. We are decluttering the Wicked Widow Lovesick palette. Again, very cute color story, but I'm kind of moving away from pinks and purples. I do love a good pink eyeshadow look on the more neutral side. We got this Rare Beauty. This is the Come to Play one. It's just not very pigmented. Don't really love it that much. And then we have that big glitter bomb in the middle there. Just was never a big fan of that one. Then we have this peridot that I got from a Slay. Yeah, it's from Raja B Cosmetics. I got from a Slay Beauty box. Just a little too colorful. A little too colorful for me. Then we have this Ofra Cosmetics Signature palette. It's the Signature Luxe. Never a big fan. This still has the cover on it. I don't think I've ever used this, but I've had Ofra palettes in the past, and I don't think they make very good eyeshadow quality. They make good highlighters, which there's a highlighter in here, but I do not like their eyeshadow quality at all. We have a Illuminati Quad palette. This was good. This was good, but I don't see myself using this again. I really don't see myself using this again. We have a Wet n Wild. This is their gingerbread palette. This was their holiday palette one year. I think it was not last season, but the season before that. It was cute. It was cute, but I just don't see myself using it again. I just really want to keep the palettes that I am absolutely loving right now, and that includes most of my indie palettes. Okay, I have this LA Girl palette, which was fine. It was fine, but nothing to write home about. Like I said, it's just mid. It's just mid quality. So we're getting rid of her. This, it took me forever to finally decide to get rid of this. This is the Glam Light Scooby-Doo Creeps and Crawls palette. It's just way too dark. Way too dark for my skin tone. Nothing wrong with the palette. Nothing wrong with the quality of it. It's just way too dark for my skin tone. So, and it took me a long time to finally come to that realization. Okay, we've got from Raja B Cosmetics another Slay Glam box. This is the Gold Digger. Again, nice palette, good quality. Just not really my cup of tea when it comes to Color Story. I've got a Jeffree Star palette here. This is the Lollipop Killer. Yeah, this was not very good quality of Jeffree Star palette. I love this Color Story, but it was not very good quality. Not very good quality, so that's why I am decluttering that. And then I have from Gourmand Girls the C'est l'Amour palette. I've had this a long time, and I really love this and used it a lot. I just think it's time to just move it along from my collection. It's just time for it to go and move on to other Valentine themed collections. And then I have this ColourPop. It is the Thumper palette from the Bambi collection. Really cute little quint. But again, I've had this forever and I haven't touched it in forever either. So I just think it's time for it to move along. So let me go get some more palettes. Okay, next up we have the Mirage palette, which was, I think it was a dupe for a Huda Beauty palette. Not sure which one. Maybe, well, I can't remember. The Empowered palette or something like that, maybe. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of the alter ego quality, so that's why I'm getting rid of that one. I'm getting rid of the Coastal one, which this was a Huda Beauty, also the Rose Quartz, I think. So I'm getting rid of that one too. Just not a big fan of their quality, especially next to Huda Beauty quality. Okay, I'm getting rid of my Makeup Revolution Corpse Bride. Just not into this kind of pink and purple Color Story anymore. I'm moving, if you haven't noticed, I'm moving to more neutral looks with a pop of color, in it. Okay, finally getting rid of this Ace Nostalgia palette in it. What did I say in it? In it. Ace Nostalgia palette. I've had this a very long time. I think it's just time for it to go, and I have no special attachment to it. Getting rid of this Violet Voss Cherry, I Love You Cherry Much palette. Again, I love pinks and reds together, but this palette, just the quality just wasn't here with this palette. I think I got that from an Ipsy. Another Rasha B Cosmetics. This is the Four Seasons palette in collaboration with Sydney, I think. She has a YouTube channel. Not my color story. Not really. I know it was supposed to be the Seasons here, but really just wasn't my color story. Never really got into this palette. Okay, and this was Rasha B Cosmetics in collaboration with Anne, just Anne. It was a beautiful palette, but again, just not really my color story. Just not loving the color story of this one. So I would love to keep it because it's just Anne, but I really don't have the space anymore. I'm running out of space. Okay, another Lethal Cosmetics. This is the Wildflower one. Again, with the pinks and purples. I mean, I might come back around to pinks and purples, but then I would want some newer palettes. Okay, then we have the ColourPop Pretty Please palette. I know this isn't a very old palette in my collection, but it's very light. It's very light, and I like a palette with a little bit more dimension to it, so that's why I'm getting rid of this palette. Then I have the Juvia's Place, the coffee shop. I've used this many times, but I have many neutral palettes that I like better than this one. So that's why I'm choosing to get rid of this one. Now this one might be a little controversial, but I've had this one in my possession for a very long time, and this is the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette, and it is just getting old, and I only use it in the holiday season. And to tell you the truth, I struggle with this palette. I really struggle with this palette a lot. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of that palette. Okay, let me get out some more palettes. Okay, another ColourPop palette is the Just My Luck palette. This one is all greens, and I'm kind of not doing all green looks anymore. So that is why I am getting rid of that palette. Then we have the NYX, the Ultimate palette. This was like, I think this was for a Lunar New Year look. Again, very nice neutral palette with some touches of red. But I have other palettes in my collection that satisfy this need more than this palette does. We've got the ColourPop Petals on Point palette, which is nice, but again, it is lacking the dimension that I really want in my palette. So we're getting rid of this one. I used to love this palette, this Violet Voss Sunkissed palette. Used to love it a whole lot, but it's getting old in my collection. It kind of lacks the dimension that I'm looking for in palettes now. And that is kind of why I'm getting rid of it. And I'm just not a big fan of the Violet Voss formula anymore. So that's why I'm getting rid of that. Then I have I got this just because I love Hello Kitty. This is the Wet n Wild Hello Kitty. This is the 50th anniversary palette. I got this just because I love Hello Kitty, but I really don't like it that much. It lacks depth and dimension. And It's just really, really light. And I just, I don't know. I just don't. I would keep it around for the memories, but I just really don't want to keep things around for that anymore. I have plenty of palettes that I'm keeping around for the memories. So that's not going to be one of them. Then I have the Urban Decay Naked Baked palette. Again, this was a really good palette. I used to travel with this palette a lot. It's just gotten really old. And I have so many other travel palettes that I like to use better than this one. So we're getting rid of that one. This is a Russia B Cosmetics palette. This was beautiful palette. The Nile palette. Beautiful palette. I used to use it with that Illuminati palette that I showed earlier. But I'm just not making looks that use palettes like these anymore. So we are getting rid of that one. Then I have the Tarte Tartelette Juicy palette. I just don't like this formula very much. I don't like the Tarte formula that much. It has a nice smell to it. Wow, it has a really potent smell to it. This kind of lacks dimension that I'm looking forward to. And there's a lot of light shades and a couple of dark shades. I need some more mid-tone shades in it. And this really, the packaging's nice on this one, but it's not really giving me what I want, what I'm looking for. And then, this is the second time that I have decluttered this one. This is the e.l.f. New Classics palette. Very nice palette, very nice neutral palette, but I have so many neutral palettes that I go to before I would pick up this one. So that is why I am decluttering this one. Okay, on to more palettes. Okay, next up we have this was the Gourmand Girls and the Saints Angels Sinners palette together palette. I know Saints Angels Sinners re-released this and called it something else later on. It is a nice color story, but I'm not looking to do looks with these kind of color stories anymore. So we are going to be decluttering that one. Then I have the Wet n Wild Holiday Foxtrot palette. Again, nothing wrong with this one. Just not looking for these kind of color stories anymore. This was a cute themed one though. I really did like this one. Really did like this one. So we have another Ace Beauté. This is the Mystic Roses palette. I don't know. I kind of struggled with this one. Maybe it was just me, but I really kind of struggled with this color story here. It had some purples, it had some reds, it had some, but I don't know. I used to love Ace Beauté quality, but after trying other brands, I really kind of struggled with the Ace Beauté formula. So I'm getting rid of the only Ace Beauté palette that I'm keeping that I really loved was the Palettopoli palette. That's the only Ace Beauté palette that I'm keeping. I'm getting rid of all of my BH Cosmetics palettes, which includes the Passion in Paris palette. This one is fine. The quality is fine, but it's just kind of boring to me, and I'm just not reaching for that kind of color story anymore. Another Wicked Widow palette is the Tea Time palette. Just not using these kind of color stories anymore. I'm not making wild looks anymore. I'm just making spicy neutral looks for work now. Now this is a brand, I don't know what happened to them, but it was Mad Witch Cosmetics. They made this one palette called the Star. I hit pan in this one shade. I don't know how I did that, but yeah, this color story, not really my cup of tea. So we are going to be getting rid of that one. We have the Melt Cosmetics Electric palette. Again, this is kind of a spicy neutral palette. I kind of went excuse me, back and forth of whether I wanted to keep this one or not, but the quality was not that great on this palette, which made me finally decide to declutter this palette. Let me get some more palettes. Okay, I have another one from Saints, Angels, Sinners and Funny Better, which is called Look Like Barbie, Smoke Like Marley palette. And I struggled with this one. I really did. It's really not my color story. It had some great shimmers in it. It really did. But every time I used this, it made a really messy kind of look. So that's the reason I am getting rid of this one. It's just because the look always turned into a big mess. So that's why I'm getting rid of that one. I am getting rid of my Patrick Ta Major Dimensions palette. I'm not seeing mold in it per se, but it's just I have other neutral palettes that I'm reaching for beyond that one. So I don't know. It's just not a color story that I'm reaching for. I have the ColourPop So Fly palette, which was really nice. I really like this one. There's nothing wrong with it. The quality's okay on it. Again, it's just not a color story that I'm reaching for. So we're just going to say goodbye to it. Then we have another ColourPop On Cloud Blue. Now blue's just not, and we've got the colors trying to get out of there. Now this is just not a color. I'm not sure why I got this. I'm really struggling to remember why I got this palette, because blue, a monochromatic blue color story is just not something that I would ever reach for. So I'm not even sure why I picked up this palette. Again, we've got another Violet Voss Secure palette. I think I was just really on a pink kick at one point, which is why I picked up this palette. Right now, I'm not in my pink era. I think there was a time when everybody was doing pink this, pink that, and that's when I picked this palette up. I'm definitely not in that era right now, and if I ever did reclaim my pink era, I would probably buy new palettes. Okay, we have another ColourPop. This is the Troublemaker palette. I kind of struggled with this palette, so I just decided to go ahead and give it up. It just doesn't work for me. It's hard to say why it doesn't work for me. It doesn't have, well, first of all, it doesn't have any light colors that aren't shimmers. So it kind of lacks dimension in it for me. I'm sure with like deeper skin tones, it would work just fine. But with my skin tone, this just doesn't work out very well. So I'm going to pack it in for this one. This one, I'm surprised I still have. This is the Eurostar from from Saint Angel Sinners. In the Slay Glam box. I don't know what I was thinking keeping this for so long. This is definitely not my color story. This is a wild look. So yeah, I am going to be decluttering that one. Okay. Then we have the Rick and Morty palette. Rick and Morty palette by Glamlight. I don't need a neon rainbow palette in my life. There is just, I've got rainbow palettes. And I just don't need a neon rainbow palette. There's just no need for me to have that in my collection. Now this was a good find when I had it, and I used it all the time. But again, reds and greens are kind of Christmas coded palette. It has some neutrals in it. I just don't find myself reaching for this. The quality is just okay on it. It's not that great of quality, so I'm not reaching for this palette. So we're just going to get rid of it. Then this palette served me very well when I had. This is the Beauty Creations Murillo Twins. This is the Brittany palette, I believe. This is a well-loved palette. And again, this is the pinks and purples. It does have some browns in it. And it does have a nice silver in it. I really love this palette when I had it. But it's just gotten old in my collection. And I'm just not using it anymore. And guess what? This palette, I thought was going to take like an hour. It only took less than 30 minutes. Okay, because I only have one palette left. Oh, something exploded. Was it from this Frosty palette? This is the ColourPop Frosty palette. You can't even see it. It's just so light. My lights are blasting it out. Talk about lack of dimension. Yes, it does have a black in here. But, let me see if I can show it to you. These colors are just too light for me. Too light for me. So that's why I'm getting rid of this Frosty palette. And those are all the palettes that I am decluttering. Something exploded over here. Some kind of duochrome shade exploded over here. Let me know. That threw off my white balance. That totally threw off my white balance. Let me know if you have any of these palettes, if you are loving any of these palettes, if you have decluttered any of these palettes. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. Don't take it personal if I declutter one of your favorite palettes. We can agree to disagree. So, I know that. And please don't DM me asking for any of my palettes, please. I have plans for all of these palettes. So, yeah. So, let us go about our day peacefully. And I just wanted to show you all the palettes that I was decluttering. You know, let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the, what am I trying to say? Down in the comment section. And I will see you later, sending you out all of those good vibes. Have a great day. Goodbye.